From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, I'm Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Friday, May 19th. Expect warmer and more humid weather to end the work week. Cloud cover is going to increase ahead of some scattered showers and storms for this afternoon and night. Should hold off later into the afternoon, hopefully, to get in some of those practice laps for the 500 drivers. No severe weather is expected. Highs nearing the 80-degree mark, and again, with that added humidity. And we were following breaking news this morning. Police say a 16-year-old was shot on the west side. We don't know if the teenager was a boy or a girl yet, but police do say that it was a graze wound and the victim didn't require a hospital visit. It happened on Laclede Street near Washington and Lyndhurst on the west side. Obviously, this is all still under investigation. Right now, we don't know what may have led up to the shooting, but you can follow along updates on our mini newscasts during the day on Wish TV and always on wishtv.com. A local guidance counselor fired over a school gender support plan is now suing the district. Kathy McCord lost her job with South Madison Schools in March. She had worked at Pendleton Heights High School for 25 years. McCord objected to the district's rules requiring staff to honor student wishes about pronoun changes and whether to inform parents about them. McCord says the district fired her after she spoke to a reporter about her feelings. The attorney representing McCord contends the move was a violation of free speech protections. The dismissal has prompted vocal support and opposition at school board meetings. McCord says she does still want to become an educator again. From my teammate, Kegan Kline now says he may want to change his guilty plea in his child porn case. His request came just minutes before he was set to learn his prison sentence yesterday on 25 child porn charges. teammate was there as Kline walked out of the courtroom after the hearing. As we've reported, Kline admitted to using the Anthony Schatz social media profile to get sexually explicit photos and videos from underage girls. When he entered his guilty plea in March, there were no guarantees on how much time he'd spend in prison. He also said he understood the consequences of a guilty plea. Kline now claims he didn't have time to review all of the evidence leading to the possible withdrawal. It's unclear if the judge will accept Kline's attempt to withdraw his plea. All parties will be back in the courtroom next Thursday for a status hearing. Also from my teammate, a judge says she'll decide by Monday if the Center Township constable is in contempt of court. Denise Hatch appeared in court yesterday over her role in an eviction that led to a caught-on-camera confrontation with a police officer. Hatch had tried to prevent the eviction. Street Lane Homes claims that Hatch's moves put her in contempt. Hatch claims the tenant had papers showing that the court delayed the eviction. teammate found the court had denied that application. The judge in the case has taken Hatch off all evictions for Street Lane Homes and has appointed a special constable for those cases. And Wish TV is Indiana's education station. More Indiana families will soon be eligible for free preschool. The On My Way Pre-K grant gives grants to low-income families. Starting July 1st, the income limit is set to increase to 150% of the federal poverty line. That means a family of four making up to $45,000 will be eligible. If you would like to look at the eligibility rules or apply for an On My Way Pre-K grant, go to wishtv.com and look under the As Seen On section for this story. And the Indy 500 is just 9 days away. Today we'll see the fastest laps of practice so far because it is Fast Friday. Drivers will get roughly an extra 100 horsepower boost ahead of qualifying this weekend. Wrapping up day 3 of practice yesterday, Chip Ganassi Racing once again led the way. Defending Indy 500 champion Marcus Ericsson topped the Fast 8 with a lap of 2:29.607 miles per hour. He was joined by teammate and 2008 Indy 500 winner Scott Dixon in second. Simon Pagenaud, Will Power, and Colton Herta rounded out the top 5. Drivers say they are looking forward to getting the extra boost today.
Most of the focus, honestly, has been racing, but once we roll into tomorrow with some more power, then it's that's when it's game time for qualifying, and then that will be the sole focus.
Once you get the added boost, obviously, speeds pick up tremendously. We're seeing yesterday lap at 2:29 with big drafts, and then you'll probably see 2:32s with no draft at all. So it's a complete different ball game. We're qualifying versus the race. Obviously the setups are drastically different.
I know as drivers you always want to just go faster and faster. Yeah. Is that the feeling?
That is the most exciting. When they turn up the boost, man, there's not many feelings like it. I really do enjoy it.
Gates open for today's Fast Friday practice at 10 o'clock. Practice runs from noon to 6. Today, an annual blood drive in honor of a longtime IndyCar driver who knows exactly how important they are. James Hinchcliffe nearly died in a crash at IMS, and blood donation saved his life. In fact, Hinchcliffe needed 22 pints of blood to survive. The American Red Cross is hosting the Indianapolis Motor Speedway blood drive. Every 2 seconds in the U.S., someone needs blood. So a great way to help others and the Red Cross maintain a healthy blood supply is to go out and donate. The Red Cross is responsible for 40% of the nation's blood supply. It runs today through Sunday, 8:30 to 1:30. It's at the American Red Cross Indiana Regional Headquarters off of Meridian Street. Everyone who comes to donate at the drive will receive entrance to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and a garage pass, valid for either Saturday, May 20th, or Sunday, May 21st. And tonight, the Indiana Peony Festival kicks off with Peonies in the Park. Organizers say the event will include floral displays, music, food, and peony-inspired cocktails. It's at Seminary Park in Noblesville from 6 to 9. Tickets are available online for $100, with proceeds going to the festival. Indy Pride hosts the Rainbow 5K Run Walk tomorrow. The event's open to everyone. If you'd like to be a part of it, you can register online today for $40. Walk-up registration is $45, starting at 7 tomorrow morning at Fowling Warehouse. It's on Brookside Avenue, just northeast of downtown. The race steps off at 8:30. Wish TV is a sponsor. And to national headlines now. President Biden is in Japan for the G7 summit. This morning, he and other world leaders placed wreaths at Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. The G7 summit schedule has the group devoting much of the rest of the day to finding new ways to punish Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he plans to attend the G7 summit in person Sunday after a virtual appearance today. It'll mark his longest trip outside Ukraine since the start of the war. And to business headlines, existing home sales slide again in April, and inventory woes and high home prices. Existing home sales fell 3.4%. According to Redfin data, real estate in Indianapolis is competitive, with for sale homes receiving an average of two offers, as was the case in many of other parts of the country. Home prices were hit at a peak in summer of 2022 before falling for 6 straight months as mortgage rates rose. Disney will no longer be moving forward with the construction of its Florida employee campus. The company will also no longer be requiring California-based employees to relocate. This comes as Disney battles with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis over teaching of gender sexuality to young children in the state schools. Disney World announced today that it will be closing its ambitious role-playing cruise-like Star Wars experience after just over a year of operation. Disney says it wasn't about cost, but staying there cost families thousands of dollars. Google's Privacy Sandbox aims to replace third-party cookies with a more privacy-conscious approach, allowing users to manage their interests and grouping them into cohorts based on similar browsing patterns. That's a major change for the online advertising industry. Starting in early 2024, Google plans to migrate 1% of Chrome users to Privacy Sandbox. Virtual fences are becoming more common on ranches. The Wall Street Journal reports advances in technology have made these fences more accessible to ranchers. In addition to keeping cows where ranchers want them to be, virtual fences also help prevent overgrazing and keep grasses mowed down to help cut down on wildfires as well. A survey of 2,000 American adults who drink wine regularly looked at the personality differences based on respondents' favorite style of wine and found that those who enjoy red wine said they're introverts, while respondents who enjoy sparkling wine are the most likely to be outgoing, identifying as extroverts. The study conducted by One Poll for Barefoot Wine also found rosé drinkers think they are a happy medium. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway. Online at wishtv.com and like us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.